Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the recording for skills at the rate 100 where for 100 days we are bringing for you 100 different speakers from all over the country.
The speaker is CA Manish Bhansali, who is an AI enthusiast and tele-evangelist. The topic is Bharat Connect using TelePrime.
So now, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 48th session for skills at the rate 100, and we are here today for a very special topic. I will also say very futuristic topic because right now the upgrades are being taking place, and this topic or this upgrade is in a very common software we are using every day, that is tele solutions. We are almost every one of us, our clients are using the tele, but we do not know many of the features which are already inbuilt inside tele. And this one feature or I think two to three features Manish is going to talk about, they are very advanced features. Like, I have not imagined them. When I heard about this, I was really very like awestruck ki what type of feature is this. This is going to change the way we are doing accounting, literally. So I will not break the surprise and everything. We have the topic that the latest upgrades in tele, how we can digitally connect with others, and the speaker is CA Manish Bhansali, who is an tele-evangelist. I would like to say as per my knowledge, there are only 20 to 25 all over India tele-evangelist. So Manish is very expert in tele plus public speaking. That is the criteria for being the tele-evangelist. Also, he has also received the Best Young Entrepreneur Award in 2024. Emerging Partner of the Year 2023 and Tech Transformer Award 2022. So constantly Manishji is pursuing all this and winning, I will say, awards every year. Plus, he's running the Growth Partners. He has founded the Growth Partners, in fact, from 2020 onwards, which is doing absolutely amazing. So thank you, Manishji, for accepting our invitation, and over to you. We are very excited for today's topic. Thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lokeshji, and congratulations to you as well. 48th session is not a small thing. We've been doing this week after week, and today we are at 48th session. And thank you for having me over. We are already 42 people in the Zoom call. So I'm excited to take this forward. And this is probably the first time it's happening in a public forum. I've had Bharat Connect sessions which has happened in a closed door, but public domain it is happening for the first time. Without further ado, firstly, thanks to all of you who have joined at 8 p.m. in the evening. I know your audit season, tax season is still on, but still you chose to take your 30 minutes of your time and attend the session because you know the seriousness of how things are going forward in the tech ecosystem. So without further ado, I'll just share my screen. Lokeshji, can you confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, it's yes, perfectly PPT.
Yeah. Just a moment. Okay. So today we're going to discuss about Bharat Connect, which is going to change the entire narrative of accounting. I believe most of you who have joined are chartered accountants or pursuing chartered accountancy or into accounting domain. So this is something which today is a novice, but as we go forward in the future, this will be something which will be a default mechanism how you do accounting for all your clients across the softwares. So I'll go a little forward in the presentation to tell you in crisp what is Bharat Connect. So like UPI is for payments, right? Bharat Connect is for accounting, where there are no limitations, no restrictions. Like for example, when I'm making a payment to somebody, if I have their UPI ID, I do not care about their account number. I do not care about their IFSC code. I don't even care which bank do they have account in. The same way Bharat Connect is for accounting, where you will not care what software the other person is using, but whenever you want to share an invoice, you can digitally share it to them. No more taking a print and putting it in a courier. No more WhatsApping the invoice. No more emailing the invoice. You can directly share the invoice to the other person's software through Bharat Connect. Now, the origin of Bharat Connect, there's something called Global FinTech Fest, which happens every year in India. This year it happened in Mumbai, the 2025 Global FinTech Fest. That's where, sorry, That's where anybody, Tally launched Bharat Connect's integration. So Bharat Connect is actually NPCI's official bill sharing and payment system. So NPCI is National Payment Corporation of India. So this is actually the 2.0 version of Bharat Connect. In 1.0 version, we've all used that already. Whenever you make any recharge payments or any utility bill payments, all that is happening through Bharat Connect, which is the 1.0 version of Bharat Connect. And now in 2.0, they've enabled bill sharing and the payment system into the same product. To talk about features of Bharat Connect, and also while we are moving through the session, if you have any doubts, you can drop the doubts in the chat box, and I'll try to take them up one after one once the session gets over. Uh, Talking about the features of Bharat Connect, the first and the most exciting feature of Bharat Connect is invoice exchange. So what happens is in this is, so I'm just giving a little theory and then we will go to practically do it, how it actually happens so that you have a context of it. So whenever you create an invoice in Tally currently, I'm taking an example of Tally, it works for any software for that matter. Whenever you create an invoice, the modus operandi is you take a print of invoice and you courier it to your customer, or probably you WhatsApp it to your customer, or probably you mail it to your customer. And the idea is the accountant on the other end, he takes a printout or he opens that courier and he does the data entry, right? So all this will fade away in a near future. So in invoice exchange, what happens is as soon as you do a sales invoice, whenever you save the invoice, it will ask you, do you want to share the invoice through Bharat Connect? And once you click on yes, the other person who on the other side, your customer who is also registered on Bharat Connect, will get a pop-up in his software or her software telling you have received an invoice from so and so party. And that person can just accept that invoice from there. So this is number one, where you can digitally exchange the invoice to your customers. Number two is smart automation. So here the purchase part is covered. For example, you have an invoice like typical distribution business, they would have an invoice with 50 or 70 line items, right? So to enter an invoice of 50 or 70 line items, how much time do you think accountant would take? I want all of you all to reply in the chat box. Like if there's an invoice with 50 SKUs, how much time do you think would somebody take to enter that in Tally? It's time taking plus 100% errors. Definitely. It's all 30 minutes. Paresh Kumar sir says 30 minutes. Wonderful. Yeah. So 50 minutes. Somebody tells 50. So this is how it happens, right? Because for every invoice, for you have to select the stock item. If the stock item isn't there, you have to create the stock item. You have to put quantity, you have to put rate, then you have to check the total amount if it's matching or not. Then at the end of it, you have to select the tax ledgers, again check the total and finally save it, right? So everything put together takes somewhere around 10 to 20 minutes, which I believe for a line item of 50, which can take if the accountant is a Tally expert, right? But now with smart automation, the accountant can just click on the pop-up. He can check and review all the entries, all the stock items, and wherever he feels that this stock item is actually a new item which I don't have in my books of accounts, he can create a stock item from there itself and he can save the entry. So I believe 50% workload of accounting fraternity will come down with this feature called Bharat Connect. Because on the other end, the person is just accepting things. He's not creating or he's not doing the data entry stuff. This is number two. Number three is interoperability. So the reason Google Pay or Phone Pay or any UPI system for that matter is success because it works across banks, right? For example, UPI worked only for SBI or only for HDFC, it wouldn't be as successful as it is today, right? The success is because all the banks have joined hands with UPI, and that's where when I want to transfer somebody some amount, I just take their UPI ID, right? I do not care what bank they have accounted. The same way, Bharat Connect is also decentralized. Every accounting technology company who is registered under Bharat Connect can use this service. Okay. So currently, three companies are registered: Tally, Zoho, and EaseBus. All these three companies can interchangeably, interoperability, they can share invoices. For example, if a vendor is using Tally and the customer is using Zoho, he can share the invoice to a customer using Zoho. And vice versa is also true, like the vendor using Zoho, but the customer is using Tally. Because we cannot expect that the entire supply chain uses the same accounting software, right? So no matter which accounting software your customer is using, you can share the invoice digitally to your customer, provided that accounting software is registered under Bharat Connect. But my experience says, or the way UPI has exploded, this is also going to explode in B2B payment space. And all the accounting technologies which are available in India today will sooner or later register themselves under Bharat Connect. Like we do not ask, do you have UPI? We just ask for UPI ID. That's how going forward, people will just ask for B2B ID, which is Bharat Connect ID. They will not ask whether you're registered under Bharat Connect or not. So this is about interoperability. Number four is integrated payments. So currently, one challenge what every MSME or everyone into business faces is the data lies in Tally, but the payments have to be done in a different tab. So there's always a reconciliations error, like the keying in error or errors where you've missed something and it's a slip of mind. But with Bharat Connect, that has also been solved. So inside Tally product, you can create a payment, you can authorize it with OTP, and the payments will be done. Right? You do not have to go outside the Tally Prime software at all. Inside the product only it can happen. And after the payment is done, what do we generally do? We share the screenshot to our vendors, right? We send the Google Pay screenshot, or probably if you've done a NEFT through internet banking, you take a snapshot or download a PDF and then you email it. So this also is taken over by Bharat Connect, where you can digitally share the confirmation to the other person, telling, see boss, I've made the payment of these two bills and here's the UTR reference number. And this is about the integrated payment space. Number five is bill-wise reconciliations. So majority of time of like junior accountants or the ground level accountants goes into reconciliations, right? Because there's always clerical errors when there's so much human involvement inside. But something like Bharat Connect is coming, the bill-wise reconciliations completely go away. Because when the invoice is getting synced, there is no chance that the invoice number would differ, or the date would differ, or the total amount would differ, or the stock item or quantity or rate would differ, right? Everything would remain same because it is just getting copied and pasted into another software. You can call it like that. So this bill-wise reconciliations also gets faded away with Bharat Connect. And this, my friends, I believe is the biggest shift which is going to come in Indian accounting system. Going forward, yeah. So I'm going to show you how to register under Bharat Connect. So before that, I did a post on LinkedIn saying this Bharat Connect is coming, and the post got really viral. It got around 1 million, 1 lakh impressions. And I got approached from a Tally product team who have developed this, and they have given me beta access. Beta access is given to only few people currently. So I'm privileged to get the beta access. And I'll show you live how Bharat Connect registration happens. So I'll now go to my Tally. Lokesh ji, can you confirm if Tally is visible
No, not
at the
yet.
screen?
You have to, I think, share entire screen.
Okay, I'll do it. Probably it's visible now. Is it visible now?
No, not yet. PPT
Okay.
is visible. There is option to share entire screen at the
Yeah,
top.
I'll do it.
It's loading.
Yeah. So in presentation mode,
Now
generally
Tally
the
is
screens are
visible.
not visible.
Tally.
It's visible, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
friends, this is a demo company what we have created called Bharat Connect Demo. And you can see this is a licensed version. It's a gold version, which we use at our office. And here I'll show you how Bharat Connect is integrated. Okay. So if I go to Exchange, once your add-on is enabled for you from backend of Bharat Connect, you will get this option called All Bharat Connect Options. This is possible from release 6.2 onwards. Currently, I'm in release 6.2. So if your Tally is not enabled with this add-on called Bharat Connect, you will not see the screen. But I'm able to see the screen just because it's enabled. And here I'll just log out because I want to show you the entire procedure. Yeah, it's logged out. So once you click on Bharat Connect options, if you want to use any Bharat Connect feature. It can be bill sharing or it can be making payments or anything. You have to log in into the system, and you're logging in into the system of NPCI, right? Because you're giving your credentials. This involves flow of money, so you have to give your credentials every time. So I click on login, and here you have to enter your tally.net ID and password, which is there preset in your Tally. If you don't know, you can reset. But because of security reasons, Tally has made a mandate that anybody who is starting to use Bharat Connect will have to mandatorily change their .net ID, .net password, so that everyone remembers the .net password, because this will be always required now whenever you want to use Bharat Connect option. So I'll just enter my password here. So this shoots an OTP. So this number is given by me, which the OTP gets triggered on this number, and I have received it on my phone. I'll just enter this OTP. A lot of you would be surprised seeing this OTP screen on Tally, but yeah, this is live now. This is possible now. I've just entered the OTP, and you can see you have successfully logged into Bharat Connect, right? So this is the screen of Gateway of Tally, and here you get this option called Bharat Connect after activating Bharat Connect add-on. Now I'll just create a simple invoice and I'll show you how we can digitally share. That's the first agenda. Oh, sorry, I have to show you the registration here. So I'll go back here. I'll go to Exchange and I'll go to all Bharat Connect options and I'll go to Manage Registrations. So in manage registration, say in your Tally, you have opened 10 companies. So all those 10 companies, the GST number inside those 10 companies will be picked here, and the business name would be shown. Also, it will be showing the status. Now, since I've already registered myself under Bharat Connect, it is showing as unregistered. But in your case, it would show unregistered when you first log in. And from there, you have to just click the company that you want. By click, I mean you have to select that and you have to click on register, right? I can't do it because I've already done it. It's already registered. But once you click on register, a OTP is shooted to your GSTIN registered email, because this is the check, validation check that all the softwares have. Where, because if this is not there, anybody can create a Tally company with anybody's GST number and they can take the Bharat Connect B2B ID. But this is a mandatory check where OTP is triggered, like whenever you file GST returns and OTP is triggered to your email, right, with EVC. So that's how it will go to your GST registered email ID, and you have to enter that OTP. And once you enter that OTP, it will take less than a minute and you will be registered under Bharat Connect. That's all. That is the procedure. And once you are registered, it will ask you to select a B2B ID, right? B2B ID is like Google Pay ID, what we have for payments. For accounting, going forward, we will all talk in terms of B2B ID. We will not talk in terms of ठीक है आपका GST number दो, yeah, something like that. Because if B2B ID is coming in, probably everything is coming in, right? You have their contact name, you have their contact address, you have their email IDs, you have their entire data with you. So I have chosen B2B ID as growth partners. So this is our firm name, but you can choose any B2B ID. They show you a suggestive list of B2B IDs, probably 7 to 8 B2B IDs. You can choose amongst them, or you can create your own B2B ID also. It's like username. So if it's available and nobody's taken it yet, you can probably choose it and you can make that one as your B2B ID, right? So this is about registering under Bharat Connect. If things are in place, like if you are using a licensed version, internet is connected, Bharat Connect add-on is installed for you from backend, probably this will take less than 5 minutes for you, right? That's simple, the procedure they've made it, right? And once you click here, so I've clicked this option, manage GSTN. I click again. It's taking some time to load, but it will just show the details of okay, it shows here. So this is the GSTIN, this is the business name, status is registered, B2B ID, for business active, email ID, and all of that, right? So this is the process of registration. Now I'll show you the second part. Let me go back to the presentation. So this is what we did. We went to Exchange and then we clicked on Bharat Connect. We selected the GSTIN. Because I had only one company, I had to select only one company. But if you have multiple companies, you can do it one by one. and then we entered OTP, which had been sent to the GST registered email ID. And then we have option to choose or create B2B ID, right? I have created, but you can also choose. You can call it, for example, you could call it GP11 or G11, something like that. You can give your own name. It's like username, and then status appears as registered. So this is the process for registration, which will take less than 5 minutes once Bharat Connect add-on is enabled for you on your Tally serial number. Next, I'll show you the live demo of the most interesting part of today's session, for which around 60 of you have joined today at 8 p.m. in the evening. First one is creating invoice and sharing it digitally. So I'll go
Just one
back to
second.
Tally.
Sorry to interrupt. There is one doubt regarding registration. Since we are moving ahead, is
Okay.
Bharat Connect available under exchange by default under Teleprime? Definitely not by default. So, how we will come to know that it is like it is some TDL add-on T what it is? The doubt is this.
Okay. So I'll tell you. So currently it's in beta release. The gold launch for public has not happened. So in beta release, only by backend, Tally can enable it for your serial number. So towards the end of this presentation, I'll show you how you can do it. You can write to us and we can get it enabled for you. Or you can write to somebody in Tally company. If you know somebody, you can write to them and they can get it enabled for you if you have a good use case for that. But currently, since it's not a gold launch, it will not be available for you in default. Once the add-on is enabled for you from backend, you will be able to see this option in exchange. These both these options, this Bharat Connect option, and in exchange this option called All Bharat Connect options. So currently you'll not be able to see it. If somebody is doing it live with me, you'll not be able to do it because my Tally serial number, this serial number is enabled with Bharat Connect, this serial number. So since your serial number is not enabled with Bharat Connect, you would not be able to see this. Is it free or a paid service? How do we create B2B
Manish,
ID in short, if
hi
possible, or
Manish, Sanjay here.
B2B? Okay, I'll take all the videos at the end, all the questions at the end, sorry, because majority of that
You
I've
can
already covered in
just,
my FAQ section. So
yeah,
Okay.
just
for the
Okay.
benefit
just
of all,
Manish, just to add here, you can also show from the F1, the plugin option if it is enabled.
so this is not an add-on like TDL what we buy. This is done from backend, from Tally company itself.
Manish, can you go to F1?
Okay,
So there is an option for Tally plugin,
this
not
Tally
TDL.
add-on, right?
No, no. Again, go to F1,
Okay,
Plugin.
Tally plugin.
okay,
So
yeah,
here,
yeah.
the
Here we can
Tally
just
has
see
launched
this.
multiple plugins. So if Bharat Connect is available on your license, it will be visible here.
Yes, correct. So this is not that add-on what we buy from Tally partners or Tally developer partners, which will be in the XML file or something which we load. This will be enabled from backend. So like we had enabled for financial statements for non-corporate entities or Tally Capital, something like this. Thank you, Lokesh bhai. Yeah. So can we go ahead now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. All other questions we'll take at the end because majority of them I've covered already in my FAQ section. So now we'll try to create an invoice. I'll go to vouchers and I'll go to sales from here. Let's say I'll select, I have to create a party. I'll go on create and I have a GSTIN, which is registered under Bharat Connect. I'll just open this. Okay. So I don't know how many of you know this, but there's a beautiful feature in Tally where you can create a ledger with GST number. Can I see in chat, like how many of you know about this feature? You can create a ledger in Tally directly through GST number. If you know about this, you just type, no, I don't know. Okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. A few of you know it, and a lot of you do not know about this. But this is a wonderful feature. If you are spending a lot of time on uncertain transactions of your clients, probably you have to tell about this to your clients today, like after the session ends, because this is going to save you a lot of time while doing GST returns for your clients. Anyways, coming back to the topic, I'll click here and I'll just paste the GST number and I'll click on enter. It will fetch the GST number and here are the details from GST. I do not have to do anything. I'll just do Control A and you can see every detail of the debtor has come, of the party has come here, except for name, email ID and phone number, which is obviously the personal details and which wouldn't be fetched from public domain, right? So now this is my debtor. I have to raise an invoice on him. So I'll just select as sundry debtors. And you can see here something will change on in this space. As soon as I select as sundry debtors, you can see it's now asking for B2B ID. This will not happen in your tally until Bharat Connect add-on is enabled. But after this enabled, this option appears here and automatically GST number is fetched. Once you come to B2B ID, now this is a demo ID, which demo GST number which I've taken, which is already registered under Bharat Connect. So you go back to search B2B ID, you click on search B2B ID and you click on enter. Here you can see this Kamal Malhotra. So this is the proprietor's name and he has chosen his GST number itself to be his UPI, his B2B ID. The same way, had somebody searched my GST number, it would probably appear as growth partners, right? So whatever B2B ID you have given when you were creating B2B ID once, the same will be picked up here and you can click on enter and save it. Yeah. So this party is created. I'll take sales ledger and let's say I'll take a sample item called then item called sample item and I'll give some dummy description. And let's say I'm taking quantity 11 of 500 and I'll save the invoice. Now, if you're using Tally Prime with WhatsApp, as soon as you, I don't know how many of you know this, but Tally Prime is officially collaborated with WhatsApp. It's been more than a year. So as soon as you save the invoice, it will ask you, do you want to share the invoice on WhatsApp? Or if you've not taken that, and if you have a habit of printing the invoice, if you were in commodity, so it will ask you, do you want to print the invoice? Now, there's a new option. As soon as you save this invoice, it will ask you, do you want to share this invoice with Param Consultancy via Bharat Connect, right? This is the pop-up which comes and which is the game changer for all of us. Once you click on yes, this invoice has been sent to Param Consultancy. You can either send it here, or if some users who prefer to send the invoices once for all, like for the entire day, you also can send it from here where you can go to exchange and here you have send invoices. So since there are no invoices which are not sent because we only have one invoice which has been done. So it's nothing is appearing here. But if you have say 5 invoices out of which you have sent only 2, 3 invoices would appear here, and from here you can send it in bulk to all your customers. So this is about creating an invoice in Tally through Bharat and sharing it through Bharat Connect. Next, I want to show you the purchase side of it, but because we are we do not have access to Param Consultancy, I'll just show you in a video and I'll pause the video and take you through the video. Till the video loads, can I see if this feature interests you? It's good, bad, okay? Is it good, bad? The feature of sharing it invoice, speechless. Thank you. Good. Satish sir says good, awesome, superb, game changer, perfect. I also feel it's really a game changer. Excellent, good, wonderful. I feel all of you are in line with, but will have its own cons. Definitely, sir. Anand sir, we will cover a few cons in FAQ section also. We can figure that out. But this is the first step what government has taken towards B2B transactions, and it's very welcoming. It will be very useful. Semil sir says, thank you, sir. Now I'll just take you through the purchase side of it. Now we have done the step 1 where we have shared the invoice to our customer. So Param Consultancy has shared the invoice to, sorry, Growth Partners has shared the invoice to Param Consultancy. Now I'll show you the second part of it. So yeah, before that, I want to show you this part where, so here I go to send invoices. Like I told you, once you go to send invoices, whatever invoices you have done but you have not sent will appear here, right? So now I'll click on one invoice, this 11,025. I'll open this invoice and you can just keep on clicking enter or control A. And as soon as you do control A and press yes, the invoice will be sent to the customer, right? So it's the same procedure, just that you have 2 different screens to send it. If you're using WhatsApp already, you know this. Now going forward, yeah, this is one part which I want to. Now we did the first part of sending the invoices. Now coming to the second part. So this is a use case where Samruddhi Distribution Private Limited, they have sent an invoice to Lokesh Enterprises. You can keep sending queries in chat box. We will take it at the later point of time. So if Samruddhi is sharing invoice to Lokesh Enterprises, I've shown you the suppliers tally. Now I'll show you the buyers tally. So this is Lokesh Enterprises tally, which is buyers tally. And here he's clicked on Bharat Connect, right? Once we click on Bharat Connect, so there's an option where this we see new invoices received. I'll just show you the same thing in my live tally also. If we go in Bharat Connect, there is supplier activities and buyer activities. In buyer activities, it would show as invoices received. So the same screen would be appearing there. Yeah, new invoices received. And once somebody clicks on that and he can see the invoice, he can click on that invoice, and we have an option called create purchase voucher. You can see it here, right? So once somebody clicks on create purchase voucher, and here is the part cream of today's session where the entire invoice is now appearing in purchaser's tally as it is, ditto. The invoice number is picked up, the name is picked up, date is picked up, item names are picked up as per supplier's tally, quantity, rate, amount, GST, everything is picked up as per supplier's tally, right? But now the query can be like, for example, I do not have the same name. For example, Samruddhi Distribution Private Limited is the name, actual name. But in my tally, I have it as Messrs. Samruddhi Distribution or Samruddhi DPL, something like that, right? So all that you have an option here to correct. I'll show you. So there is a red mark here. All of you can see the red mark here. I don't know if the screen is completely visible. Can you
Yes.
see the red mark near Bonvita?
Yes.
Okay. So this red mark indicates you do not have exact stock item in your tally. So this is so a lot of queries have come to me on how can everything get synced because everything doesn't match as per our books and as per supplier's book. But this red mark indicates things are not actually the same. So you have an option to come to this red mark, come to this stock item, and you can select the actual stock item. I'll show you. Yeah. So now we came to Bonvita here, and you can see Bonvita 150 gram. We have two options here. One, if it's a new item, we can just click on create new and a new item creation screen will open. From there, we can create a new item. Number two, if you have already, for example, you have made an item called B Vita, not Bonvita, and you want to just select that, you can do that as well. For example, here we want to move this to Bonvita jar 150 gram, right? So I'll just select Bonvita jar 150 gram and it's done, right? And coming down, I have tax ledgers called input IGST. But if the vendor has something else, it would appear as something else here. So I can just link it to my tax ledgers once and it will automatically be picked from next time onwards. So this is, let's say it's synchronization, but you have a complete control, right? Because it's just not moving into the customer's books. It's just appearing, let's say it's appearing as an optional entry, which you have an option to correct, make the changes, verify, and then approve. And then you can just give the new reference and you can just save this invoice, right? The same way I've shown another invoice, which is like around 50 SKUs. I'll just show you, yeah, this invoice. So the same story again, as in sharing the invoice from supplier to buyer. So you can see there are 23 line items above here, and then these are the 10 line items, and here are the 8 line items. So probably we have around roughly 40 to 42 line items. So it would be a nightmare for an accountant to account this. And we've seen this in a lot of distribution businesses because their accounting takes so much time. There is so much gap in their inventory, right? Like a lot of times they bill even before doing the purchase entry because they do not really have time to do the entire accounting live. So something like this invoice, which I asked before, and people told it would take 30 minutes. You can just come here on this option and you can click on create purchase voucher, and it's here. Does this bring a sense of wow to you? Like so many entries, so many items are already there in the next tally, right? And you can see everything is seamless. I have not done any settings in tally, nothing. The same entry which was there in the books of vendor is appearing in the books of customer. Unbelievable. I had never thought of something like this. Definitely, sir, this is This is something like we're all thinking about AI and all that stuff, but probably Indian government is much ahead than that. They have this wonderful feature. All the data which is there in the invoice, which was there in the vendor's invoice, is now appearing here. And you can see there's no red mark here because probably all these items appear in my books also. But in case there was a red mark, it's always left to me. I can go create a new item, or I can link it to an existing item, and things are done. And in a jiffy, I can just save this entry, right? Which would otherwise take 30 minutes. So now it's all about value addition and productive work. So probably this is a step towards that, where you can just click in a button, in a click, you can do that. Yeah. Next part, where a lot of times customers tell that, sir, we have not received your goods or something like that. So again, customers send a confirmation back to the vendor telling we have received your goods, or we have rejected your goods, or we have returned your goods, something like that. So even that is captured under Bharat Connect, right? So you can, once you do the entry, you can just select those entries and you can set the status as accepted, because otherwise you will see all the entries there lying under pending entries, right? So once you select it as accepted and you write the remarks, the same remarks will appear in the books of vendor, right? This seamless integration is given. So once I click on accept, it moves to a new tab called invoices pending for payment. You can see this here now. Yeah. So new invoices received screen doesn't have any invoices because we've just accepted both the invoices. By accepted, we mean we have done the data entry. Yeah. Now you can see once the invoices are accepted, it comes to invoices pending for payment, right? So that means these invoices are already recorded and now it's pending for payment. You can see the entire chain is getting captured here. Now I want to, let's say, make the payment for both these invoices. Am I too fast? Just if somebody can confirm to me on.
No, no, sir. It is okay. We will take the doubts. There are many doubts, but
We will
definitely
take it
we
at the
will
end,
help
no
everyone.
problem.
All
I'll
of
just
you can
complete the
write
flow.
your doubts, not to worry. One by one, I'm going to read them out all. Okay. We will not
Perfect,
leave
perfect.
the speaker this way. Don't worry.
Perfect, perfect. Sure, sure. So, yeah. So now I want to create payment for, let's say, both the invoices. Okay. So I will select both the invoices and I'll click on F5, which is the shortcut for payment, right? I'll click on F5 and you can see this wonderful payment screen here with against reference of both these invoices, right? I'll show it to you. So this, I'll just click on this F5 here. Yeah, it's here. So this payment screen appears where I'm asked to select which bank I'm going to pay it from, right? Is it Axis Bank or cash? So if it's cash, then it's done. But if it's Axis Bank, I'll show you what happens next. So if it's Axis Bank, where in the vendor ledger, right, in Samruddhi Distribution Private Limited ledger, you've already given the bank details of Samruddhi Distribution. And once you do that, it's all automatically picking the against reference. And once you do Control A, I'll show it to you. Sorry, I'll show it to you from another screen. You can also do it in Control A. Let me go back. Yeah. So here, once you have created payment vouchers, you will go to send payments. You'll go to exchange, then you'll go to send payments. And here, once you click that, here you can see only the vouchers that you have created. And these are the vouchers. This is a very important part. These are the vouchers that have been received by Bharat Connect through Bharat Connect, right? Like if you have manually done entry which is not received by Bharat Connect, you can't pay it through Bharat Connect because of the obvious reasons, because the entire flow is not captured in Bharat Connect. But sooner or later, when everyone starts moving into Bharat Connect, like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months down the line, we will see that all the invoices are flowing through Bharat Connect and all the payments are happening through Bharat Connect. So here you just click on send and you can see another OTP screen. So now this does not require you to again go back to Alt tab or go to your Axis Bank, net banking, you putting your customer ID there, password, going to select a beneficiary, and all of that is not required. You can just click on send and an OTP will be triggered to your bank registered mobile number. And as soon as you enter the OTP, it's done. The payment is sent to bank, status is authorized. So by authorized, it means like you have authorized it with your OTP, but it's not probably hit the other person's bank account. Even that is captured here. I'll show it to you. So now we come to e-payment screen, and here you can see in progress and successfully. So in progress, the latest payment is showing in progress. But now if we refresh that status, get online payment status, and it will show as processed. It's done. Obviously, it takes very less time for the payments to happen. So it's done. So now in send payment details. So now that I've done the payment, what do we do after we make a payment to vendor? We generally send a screenshot to vendor, or we send an email to vendor saying these payments are done and these are the bills for which I've done the payment. Even that is captured under Bharat Connect, where you come to the screen called send payment details. You'll click on the screen, and here you'll select this and you'll click on send. And it'll ask you payment details will be sent to the respective parties. Say you have 50 payments which you've done, and in a click, all these 50 vendors of yours, in their own software, they'll receive the payment confirmations, and from there they can do the receipt entry. I'll click on continue, and you can see the payments are done. Payment sent successfully, one. So here I'm coming to now. So the payment was done by the customer, which is Lokesh Enterprises. Now I'm coming back to Samruddhi Distribution, which is supplier. I know we are juggling from one screen to another screen, but without that, I cannot show you the entire loop. So I come to Bharat Connect options, and here I have these 4 options. I'll come to all of them individually later. So in supplier, if I click here, payment acknowledge pending, right? So that means my buyer, okay, my customer has actually sent me payment details and I have not acknowledged them yet. So I have to click that. And this is one of the key parts again, like the entire payment entry is visible here with invoice number, which is always a reconciliation error in a lot of our clients, as we know. Like he can just select which bank he's received the amount in, and then the party name and the against reference for both these bills, which is automatically fetched. We've not entered that, and we can just save this. And it's again asking us, so the story doesn't end. It's again asking us that do you want to send payment acknowledgement confirmation to Lokesh Enterprises via Bharat Connect, right? So once you click on yes, so again Lokesh Enterprises that side will get a confirmation telling Samruddhi Enterprises has accepted your payment. That means it's reconciled on the both ends, right? So this is how this entire thing works. Now I want to cover this one screen. I'll just come back here. So is my presentation visible, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we covered these 2 things: create invoice and share, create purchase entry. Now I'll come to this buyer activities and supplier activities in Tally. So I'll go back to my Tally. So once the add-on is enabled, you have this Bharat Connect option. You click on this Bharat Connect option, and here we have this only few features called supplier activities and buyer activities. So in supplier, if you click on activities, all the invoices which are yet to be sent to your customer will appear here. And for whatever payments you have not received will appear here, which is a simple screen what they've given. So like we used to reconcile bank versus books, this is probably books versus Bharat Connect, right? Like we have sent it to the customer, but they have not acknowledged or they have not made the payment. So it's appearing in the screen below. And after that, yeah. So
ये अच्छा दिख रहा है कि नहीं इसके साथ ये डालना है?
Just give me 1 second.
yeah, sure.
Manish ji, you can unmute yourself.
Perfect. Am I audible?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Now coming to buyer activities. In buyer, we have these screens where first one is activities. We click on this, and here we can see, like as a buyer, if I've already received, so their first thing will appear is invoices received from supplier, which we are not receiving here because nobody sent an invoice to growth partners. If it was there, it would be seen here. The second one is payments ready to send. Once you accept an invoice, like I showed you the status, it would appear here. And once you do the payment, it will just go off from here. Then we have search and update businesses. Like, for example, once we're starting this, right, we do not know which of our customers or vendors are there on Bharat Connect, and we have to search, right? So even that that is enabled in Tally. You can just search it group wise. For example, I select sundry debtors, and let's say basis of values, I tell I want to see all the ledgers under debtors who are with and without B2B ID, right? And if I go back, you can see here Param Consultancy, this is with B2B ID. So like this, you can just see here all the businesses, and from here you can invite the businesses also. Like if you know any business which you want to invite them to Bharat Connect, you can send an invite from here. It will go from your email ID. And if you want to just see which ledgers do not have Bharat Connect ID, B2B ID, you can just select B2B ID. But because we don't have any other ledgers here in the screen, this is a demo tally, so we do not see anything here. But in a in a live tally of a client, you would see that so many of your clients would have already registered to B2B ID, or they would be in the process of getting registered under B2B ID. So this is about search and update businesses. Next is the crux of entire stuff. Now, like I told you, like if there are 50 SKUs in suppliers invoice, which gets moved to customers invoice, customers tally, and out of 50, let's say 10 ledgers you have to map. Okay. But if you have to always map these 10 ledgers, it again takes you so much amount of time, right? So the Tally has understood that, and they have this beautiful feature called master mapping, where you can like before the transaction also come and tell that in case some entry comes where it's Bonvita 150 gram bar, you can 150 gram pouch, you have to map it to Bonvita 150 gram jar. If you do this mapping once for all, next time it will not show as an error. It will understand by its own logic, and it will automatically pick what is required as per your mapping. Is this interesting feature? I want to hear from you in chat, because without this, it would still be an incomplete feature. Roshanji, you have sent the same question 3-4 times. We'll answer your question. But is this a good feature where you can actually do the mapping? If you have imported bank statements and all of that through Tally, you probably know a little taste of it. Paresh Kumar sir says it's sahi hai. Thank you, sir. So this is a wonderful feature where you can map entire thing. For example, I'll tell you. Let's say party ABC sends you an invoice, and every time in your tally, it's Messrs ABC. So every time it will throw an error. It will show you that you do not have a ledger, right? You do not have a ledger called Messrs Growth Partners, ABC. Sorry. So once you map it, for example, anytime an invoice comes from ABC, in my tally, it should be mapped to Messrs ABC. If you do that once, from next time, it will not ask you where they should go, right? It will not show it in red. It will automatically pick the right ledger. So in party ledger, I do not have any ledgers created, but you can do that. So extracted value will be the value which is coming from supplier's invoice mapped to. So this will be a drop down. You will not be able to enter here. It will be mapped to ledger ABC or Messrs ABC, and in voucher type, you will mention sales. That's all. Like party name, we have accounting ledger also. We have additional ledger, which is tax ledgers or your transportation or logistics ledgers, what you have. Then we have stock items, which is again a key part. Every time you cannot create a new stock, or you can't go back mapping every time. So once you give like if item XYZ is coming from customer, from vendor, in my books, it's called item ABC, right? If you map it once, from next time, anytime any invoice you get where the item is actually XYZ, it will be mapped to ABC in your books of accounts, right? But again, the catch is, what if for every vendor it's different? So even that is covered here. Like extracted value mapped to and voucher type remains same. Applicable to, here if you want that this logic or this rule should only apply for Param consultancy, you can do that, right? And if you want that it should be applicable to everyone, every party, it should be any party. So that's all. Without this also, this should still be incomplete. But with this, it solves a lot of problems for us. This is about, and the same way unit and GST registrations and all of that, right? So this is about Bharat Connect live demo, what I wanted to show. Now I'll cover a few FAQs. I guess majority of the questions will be answered there. After that, if something is left, we can again take those questions. Are we good? Lokeshji, are we good from here? We can take the FAQs?
Yes, yes. Let me tell you one by one in the chat.
No, I mean, I have FAQs with me, which are the
Okay,
frequently asked
got it.
questions. I'll cover this. इससे अगर कुछ बचता है और we will take up those questions.
Okay, great.
Perfect. So the first question is, which businesses can use Bharat Connect? So all businesses who have registered their GSTIN under Bharat Connect and obtained B2B ID are eligible to use Bharat Connect. So with this, if somebody doesn't have a GSTIN, he can't use Bharat Connect. Number one. Number two, if he is registered under Bharat Connect, but he's like that screen where he has to choose the B2B ID, he's not chosen it yet, then he's still not eligible to use Bharat Connect. So there are only two things. One, they have to register, they have to have a GSTIN. Number two, they have to register that GSTIN under Bharat Connect, like the procedure which I showed you. Number three, they have to obtain a B2B ID. Only then they are eligible to use Bharat Connect. Number two, can the invoice be shared if my customer is using any software other than Tally? Answer is yes. So invoices can be shared to any software which is registered under Bharat Connect, like Zoho, EaseBus, etc. So going forward, the network effect will definitely pick up, and I'm sure that all these accounting technology companies will adopt Bharat Connect, and we will see that everyone is there here, right? Like now we don't ask, do you have a Google Pay? We just ask for Google Pay ID. The same way people will just ask for B2B ID. They'll not ask कि आपका billing details भेजो, आपका firm का नाम भेजो, आपका GST number भेजो, nothing. Just give a B2B ID and it's done. So like we fetched from GST number, we fetched the entire ledger. Probably going forward with B2B ID, we will fetch the entire ledger. We never know. Next, we had this question in our chat box also. Is it chargeable service? So currently it's free, right? Like currently Tally offers it for free. In beta, it will be definitely free since it's in testing phase. But does Tally incur a cost for this? Answer is yes, right? Like e-invoicing, Tally incurs a cost for every e-invoice, but they have kept it free for all their users because they think that when somebody's paying for renewal, we should cover this cost. But what happens with Bharat Connect, we do not know. Currently, it's free in its testing phase, but going forward, it might be chargeable or they might choose to keep it free. We do not know. But my view on this is, even if it's chargeable, it's very much a go-to for all the accounting fraternity. Because if something by paying 5 paisa, 10 paisa, whatever would be the price that time, by paying that, if I can reduce my workload to half, right, then why wouldn't I actually do it? Because at the end of the day, the person who's doing the data entry is also paid, right, in terms of hourly rate or something like that. So this is still ambiguous, but currently it's free. And once you're enabled with this add-on, you can freely share the invoices to all the customers and receive the invoices from all the vendors. Next, this one query I had received saying, can I knock off the PO while creating purchase entry? The answer is yes, but the only requirement is the PO should also be shared through Bharat Connect, right? Like I told you, if you want to make the payments through Bharat Connect, the invoice should have also been received through Bharat Connect, right? Without which, like it's not a complete leg. Like we should have all the two legs. We should receive and then we should pay off. Like the PO goes and it gets accepted and it gets knocked off, it's a complete chain. But if you have done PO manually and then you want to knock it off with an invoice, it will not happen, right? But going forward, it's a delta 4 theory. If it's really easy for you, all of us will adopt it, and then we'll not have these questions whether it will be whether we have to do it through Bharat Connect or not. Next one is, can I edit the entry before accepting purchase? Answer is yes, which you have already seen. Ledger name, stock item name, etc. can be mapped or edited before creating purchase voucher. So this is sync with control. We can call it like this. It is getting synced, but with your control. Item name in vendor books is different than that in my books. How will it sync? This is a general query which I've covered. You can map such differences at company level or vendor level once. It will automatically pick from next time. There's no AI involved here, but it's a logic. It's a logic driven. Like the system, you tell the system that when A comes, you have to think that it is B, something like that. This is an important question which all of your clients would ask when you introduce them to Bharat Connect or when you take this technology to them. Does Tally has access to our data with this? Answer is no. Tally is just a face, right? It doesn't have the backend capabilities. Only NPCI, which is National Payment Corporation of India, will have access to data shared amongst two GSTINs through Bharat Connect. This side, if it's Tally, that side, if it's Zoho, both of them do not have any information which is shared, right? They're still softwares and they work like only the face, the two ends of the softwares. So they can just see the data, but is the data flowing to Tally company or Zoho company? Answer is no. The data is only available with NPCI. Next, this is also interesting because when I spoke to somebody, he asked that now the e-way bill, e-invoice, everything is getting linked, right? So does this data reflect anywhere in GST or AIS or TIS or e-invoice or e-way bill anywhere? So answer is currently no. This data does not appear anywhere. The NPCI Bharat Connect is just an enabler. It's just trying to move the data from here to there. They do not try to judge you on basis of that. Because, for example, now I've given 10 demos till now, right? 10 sessions I've done. So in all sessions, I've been sharing this invoice to Param Consultancy. So if it goes to GST, probably he will see 10 invoices from me, right? So this doesn't happen. This does not reflect anywhere. Can vendor payments also be done inside Tally? Yes, it will be done, but this is in the next phase in Tally Prime 7.0, which will be launched soon. So currently in 6.2 or this 6.0 version, you can only use this digitally sharing of invoice and digital acceptance of invoice by the purchaser. But if you want to do the payments, then probably you'll have to wait a little longer. So in 7.0, it will be taken forward. Which banks have collaborated with Tally? So currently, Axis Bank, Kotak Bank have collaborated with Tally. And by the launch of 7.0, SBI should be there on the list. Like with SBI, a lot of banks come in. This I'm talking about payments, making payments to your vendors. And by 7.1, ICICI Bank will also get collaborated with Tally. Now, the important part, which a lot of people I've seen in the chat have asked me, like how can we get the beta access of Bharat Connect? I can help you get the beta access of Bharat Connect. Like if you have a use case, you can just write to me at my email ID, manish@growthpartners.in of a little about you and why you need this access. Like if you have a client who has a distribution chain and they want to try it, something like that, you can just write 2 lines there and I'll connect you with the right person in Tally and make sure that it gets enabled for you. So with this, we complete today's session and now we will go back to the chat session.
Yes.
Lokeshji, can you take it one by
Yes,
one?
yes, yes. Definitely, there are many messages. Okay, let me check one by one.
Sure.
We can do one thing. If now since it's over, you can let them unmute for the thing.
Yeah,
Do
sure. That
1
also
minute.
works. That also works. Are you unmuting everyone?
Yes, yes, 1 minute.
Oh.
The only problem is you also have to unmute once. Sorry. Now anybody can unmute themselves. Okay, those who are having doubt, please one by one. Suppose JP Bagri ji is there, Mayank ji is there. So one by one, you can unmute yourself. Okay. My voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
So anybody who is having doubts, properly you better can say. You can unmute yourself. I think yes. Anybody able to unmute themselves?
Yeah. This is
Yes.
JP Bang
JPG
here.
is
I
there.
think, yeah,
JPG.
yeah, myself. I've unmuted myself. Are you able to hear me out there?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Whether before sharing the invoice, can we preview the invoice when whether the proper invoice is generated or not before passing through the Bharat Connect?
Sir, I missed you. Actually, I'm not able to hear you loud enough.
So
Second.
whether preview is available for sending the invoice through Bharat Connect?
Yes, yes, sir. So like I told you, it's not mandatory that you make the invoice and you share the invoice. There's a
Yeah,
separate screen.
yeah.
Think
How
think
to
of
do?
this as a print option, okay? To keep it simple. Like you
Yeah,
can always preview before printing. So this I've enabled the option where as soon as I'm saving, it's asking me whether you want to share it in Bharat Connect. But after doing the invoice, it does not automatically go to customers' books of accounts. You can still go back to the invoice. You can check it again. You can preview it and then share it.
okay, okay,
Does
okay.
this answer your question, sir?
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Roshan ji is there. Semil Dev ji is there. You can unmute yourself,
Hello,
sir.
am I
Yes.
audible?
Roshan ji is there. Yes, sir.
Actually, most of my clients are government institutions. I am doing mostly the contract work. Then is it very much useful to me to use this Bharat?
So these government institutions, do they have their GST number, sir?
Yeah, they are having GST number.
Yeah. So unless they are your customers or vendors, you're telling they're your customers, right?
They are my customers.
Okay.
Actually, I take
So I'll tell you, sir.
government tenders and I
Okay.
take
So
government tenders.
okay, tenders. Okay, I'll tell you. So the usefulness of this thing called Bharat Connect comes only when both the parties are there on Bharat Connect.
Okay.
Okay, so if on the other end your vendor or your customer is not there on Bharat Connect, then this does not make any sense to you. But my belief is, since it's so easy, it's making life of accountants so easy. Sooner or later, everyone will adopt this. And who knows, like
Yeah,
governments
yeah,
can a government can mandate sharing of invoice through Bharat Connect going forward,
yeah.
right?
Then
Because
after it will be very beneficial for me. It will be very beneficial for me thereafter also.
yes, sir. So currently, I guess if your customers are not registered under Bharat Connect, this might not be beneficial to you. But going forward, when your customers are there on Bharat Connect, this will be definitely beneficial to you, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you.
Thank
It
you, sir.
was a nice.
Okay. Next question is,
Hi.
yeah, okay. Who's speaking?
Yes, I had one question. Like, what can be the limitation of using Bharat Connect? Like, the most, the bigger perspective I thought ki na, the two parties should be connected in Bharat Connect. This is the biggest thing. Apart from this, what do we feel that what will be the limitation of this?
That's the only limitation, ma'am.
Is this
Yeah. For example, let's go back and connect it
because
to Google Pay.
because to
Yeah.
remove this limitation, I feel the awareness about the Bharat Connect is the only option to opt for.
True. And that's what I don't know if you've seen. अभी already government news channels पे वगैरह भारत कनेक्ट का ad आ रहा है. Okay.
Yes.
And I
But
feel
how like how will the small firms adopt it? Do you feel will they adopt
so
it
yeah,
easily because some training programs or something should be there for them at least?
I feel training is not required because I'll tell you why. How much discussion I have had with Tally team. So all
Hmm.
these OEMs, right? यानी major supply chain starts from OEM जो product बनाते हैं, right?
Yeah.
वो भी चाहते हैं कि उनके customers का time बचे, right? क्योंकि
True.
बहुत सारा errors हो रहा है. तो once the OEMs come under Bharat Connect, they will start sharing invoices to their distributors or wholesalers through Bharat Connect.
Okay.
राइट सो वो वैसे चेन एक बार फ्लो होता जाएगा देन एवरीवन विल ऑटोमेटिकली स्टार्ट कनेक्ट लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल a few years ago you and me didn't have a Google Pay ID,
Hmm.
right? But then we realized that like out of 195 friends have Google Pay ID and it's very easy to exchange money and all of us started adopting. So this is something like
True.
that. I feel network effect will take place in this जहाँ पे हर कोई word of mouth से एक दूसरे को बोलेगा कि why don't you try this, right? It really saves time.
This is the only option because
Yeah,
import bank वाला भी जब tally में आया था first उसमें तब उसमें if banks don't connect with us with the tally team then it's no use because a person have मतलब CA for CA firms their clients must have 7 to 8 type of
banks,
bank accounts, but only if 3 banks or 4 banks have that import connection,
right?
then it's no point for CA firms at least because they have to do 1/4 work with this easy part and then the rest 3/4 with a manual thing only. So
Totally
that's
agreed,
why I
ma'am.
asked you this question because this is the major limitation I felt.
ट्रू टोटली अग्रीड कि फिलहाल 3 बैंक की है या 4 बैंक की होगा 7.1
हाँ.
तक बट हाउ मच आई नो लाइक टाली टीम इज ट्राइंग वेरी हार्ड टू कोलैबोरेट विद ऑल बैंक्स बट लाइक यू नो बैंक्स का खुद का एक फंडा है उनका एक वे ऑफ वर्किंग है एंड सिंस टाली इज अ कंप्लीटली डेस्कटॉप सॉफ्टवेयर so for them also
हाँ.
to do develop something backend and debut it offline in a desktop software it takes little time so it's trying its best and I feel कि sooner or later everything will come into this bracket.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay. So the anyone else before, does this also work with credit note?
Yes. So sales is an example which I've shown.
Okay.
Okay.
All voucher types?
Every voucher type it works.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
How to share invoice via WhatsApp? Please tell in short.
Okay. So Tally has integrated with a platform called Interact, which is a distributor for Meta in India. Okay. So with Interact, you can contact your Tally partner or you can reach out to us and we will link you to somebody who can do it. So Tally से WhatsApp connect हो जाता है and as soon as you create an invoice and save it, it will ask you, do you want to send a WhatsApp? So it just takes 11 paisa and you can share an invoice to your customer. lot of people still don't know it, don't know about this, but this is a wonderful feature. Like 1 रुपए में आप 9 इनवॉइस भेज सकते हो.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There are many other chats like they all want to connect. So we can give one Google form, those who want to connect.
Okay. Sure,
Okay.
sir.
I will share the link. Don't worry. Those who
Okay.
are, because there are like we how to enable Bharat Connect or how to enable this WhatsApp and all these things.
Okay. Okay.
So we will
Okay.
roll out a Google form. Don't worry, towards the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Can it import in receipt note? Receipt note.
Yeah. I guess I showed it to you, right? So जैसे ही हम पेमेंट करके जैसे कस्टमर पेमेंट करके इट गोज टू सप्लायर, सप्लायर उस पेमेंट को ओपन करके ही कैन फ्रॉम देयर ओनली वन क्लिक F6 रिसिट दिखेगा, क्लिक करके ही कैन मेक इट एज अ रिसिट, वो अगेंस्ट रेफरेंस के साथ रिसिट भी ले लेगा. आई गेस आई शोड इट इन द डेमो,
Yes,
मे बी
yes,
यू
yes.
मिस्ड. या
Yes. There is chance that multiple item of same configuration created. Yes, like you showed the jar example. If we are not knowing that already 12 jar is there, 120 gram jar, then we will create a new item.
सो सेम नाम का तो दूसरा आइटम आप बना ही नहीं सकते टैली में.
But some different JR or
हाँ
JRR,
हाँ.
something like
तो
that.
वो तो एक क्लरिकल एरर हो जाएगा सर. लाइक दैट मच नॉलेज अभी आप फिलहाल हाथ से एंटर कर रहे हो. नाउ वी आर आस्किंग के 15 आइटम में से एक आइटम हाथ से एंटर कर दो. तो आई गेस दैट नॉलेज द पर्सन ऑन द रिसीविंग एंड विल डेफिनेटली हैव अबाउट हिज बिजनेस कि वो आइटम है या नहीं है. एंड देयर इज अ सर्च ऑप्शन आल्सो देयर. देयर इज अ दैट सिमेंटिक सर्च जैसा, जैसे कि आप जार लिखोगे तो जरूरी नहीं है कि जार से ही आइटम स्टार्ट हो. अगर बीच में भी कहीं जार है तो वो आइटम आपको दिख जाएगा.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is the back end question of many person. Is the Bharat Connect also send copy to statutory authority? You have already told, not yet.
यस, नॉट एट इज द राइट आंसर. बट क्योंकि इनका ऑब्जेक्टिव इससे ये है कि पेमेंट्स, सब B2B पेमेंट्स से कैप्चर करें. B2C पेमेंट्स एंड यूटिलिटी बिल पेमेंट्स एंड ऑल आर कवर्ड बाय गवर्नमेंट ऑलरेडी थ्रू UPI. बट थ्रू दिस भारत कनेक्ट दे वांट टू टैप इनटू B2B पेमेंट्स व्हिच इज अ ह्यूज, यानी उसका वैल्यू बहुत ज्यादा रहेगा. वॉल्यूम कम हो सकता है बट वैल्यू बहुत ज्यादा है.
Okay, no, okay. Sir, if there is partial acceptance due to quantity or rate, suppose quantity is different, rate is different, we can change it, I think.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
sir, like I told you, this is sync with control. आपको एक बार इनवॉइस दिखेगा, राइट? उसके बाद क्या चेंजेस करना है, इट्स कंप्लीटली इन योर कंट्रोल. बट अगर क्वांटिटी और रेट में भी फर्क है तो आई फील कि सामने वाला इनवॉइस, सामने वाले को वापस इनवॉइस भेजना है, आप क्यों चेंज करोगे?
Okay. So next is payment. In the video there was shown that payment was done. So payment ID deducted from our account. I think yes, obviously.
ट्रू सर, टैली विल नॉट पे फॉर अस. सो वो नेट बैंकिंग को लिंक करने के बाद एज सुन एज यू ट्रिगर अ पेमेंट, ओटीपी आपके बैंक के रजिस्टर्ड फोन नंबर पे जाएगा एंड उस फोन नंबर, वो ओटीपी आप एंटर करते ही वो पेमेंट हो जाएगा.
Similar to net banking, but it's very
Similar to
easy.
net. Yes, just that we are skipping alt tab.
Yes.
We are not going to a new screen. In the same screen, we are doing it.
Yes. Next is how to enable WhatsApp in Tele. Is it free? Is it in free version?
Okay, so Tally charges subscription charges of 1300 because I know the information. I'm just sharing it to you. But it is as good as free because the invoice cost is just one message cost is just 11 paisa. You can write to me at, I'll go back to that screen, at manish@growthpartners.in and I'll show you how it can be done. It's very easy.
Yes. Okay. If my vendor is not having B2B ID, then it's not useful. This already, most of the
Correct.
client, Roshanji has already told this. Okay. Next.
Correct.
Please show mapping of tax ledger. Please show mapping of tax ledgers.
Okay, mapping of tax ledgers. I can't show it here because I don't have the
Right.
receiving end of Tally Prime.
Hmm.
But tax ledger, I'll just explain what it is. Somebody would have maintained only two ledgers called CGST, SGST. But at your end, you would have maintained it as CGST at 18%, SGST at 18%, something like that. राइट? तो वो सेम नाम पिक करेगा बट आपको हर बार लिंक करना पड़ेगा. तो एक बार आपने लिंक कर दिया कि अगर सीजीएसटी आए तो मेरे बुक्स में सीजीएसटी एट 18% कोई 9% कोई वो लिंक हो तो अपने आप से वो हो जाएगा. दिस इज द होल आइडिया.
Okay. What if I have vendor having same name? Does it bifurcate with GST number? ABC Enterprise दो है तो GST नंबर से ही bifurcate होगा.
या करेक्ट. सो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आप पेमेंट कब कर रहे हो? जब आपने इनवॉइस उनसे लिया है, राइट? सो देयर इज नो चांस यू कैन सेलेक्ट अनदर वेंडर.
Okay.
आप वो इनवॉइस के अंदर जाके ही पेमेंट कर रहे हो. यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू अनदर स्क्रीन. दिस कंफ्यूजन कैन हैपन व्हेन यू आर डूइंग नेट बैंकिंग. दिस कंफ्यूजन कांट हैपन व्हेन यू आर मेकिंग अ पेमेंट थ्रू इनवॉइस. वो इनवॉइस के अंदर जाके आप पेमेंट कर रहे हो तो उस लेजर के अंदर का ही बैंक डिटेल्स पिक होगा. भले वो नाम सेम हो और 3 लेजर का।
Got it. Got it. What is extracted value and mapping? Ex
What is extracted
extract.
value? Okay, okay. So for example, I share an invoice to you. My firm name is Growth Partners, but in your books of accounts, you have saved it as Messrs Growth Partners. तो आपको वो हर बार रेड में दिखाएगा कि वो मैप नहीं हो रहा है। सो अगर आप मैपिंग में जाके एक बार ये दे दो कि जब भी ग्रोथ पार्टनर्स करके एक लेजर का नाम आ जाए, एक्सट्रैक्टेड वैल्यू यानी जो फ्लो होके आया है भारत कनेक्ट से, तो मेरे बुक्स के अंदर उसको मेसर्स भारत कनेक्ट में लेना है। दिस इज द मैपिंग व्हाट वी डू, राइट। एक बार ये कर दिया आपने, तो नेक्स्ट टाइम से वो रेड में नहीं दिखाएगा। अगर वो ग्रोथ पार्टनर्स आया है तो इंटरनल लॉजिक से वो अपने आप समझ जाएगा कि इसको मैसेज ग्रोथ पार्टनर्स में डालना है, और वो अपने आप मैप हो जाएगा।
Yeah, okay. Which all vouchers are included is already answered. Please explain if one side party is using 40 plus inventory bill and the other side only doing as accounting invoice, like sales 5%, sale 18%. Like you are maintaining inventory, but I am not maintaining.
ओके ओके, देन सर आपको उसमें वाउचर टाइप चेंज कर सकते हो, अकाउंटिंग इनवॉइस कर सकते हो। देन आपका काम तो ऑलरेडी इजी है सर, तो सब कुछ सिंक हो जाएगा, क्वांटिटी रेट सब कुछ सिंक हो जाएगा। बट आपको कुछ काम का नहीं है। यू विल क्लिक ऑन अकाउंटिंग इनवॉइस, आपको सिर्फ पार्टी का नाम, डेट और वो सब अपने आप पिक होगा, बस बाकी सब तो यू विल हैव टू एंटर इट मैनुअली।
Okay. I have Tele Silver subscription. Am I eligible?
Yes, yes, yes. Tally Silver, Tally Gold, Tally Auditor, whichever version you have, you are eligible for this. If you have the add-on enabled to you, and if you want the add-on enabled to you, you can write to me.
Okay. Government parties are GST registered as TDS and not B2B. Will it help? Okay. That means
Okay.
they are not B2B registered. GST registration is taken as TDS. This.
Okay. So this I'll have to check with backend, but what I believe is going forward, this is the criteria they've given for all the businesses, right? For government, they might, this is the phase one of Bharat Connect. So for government, they can bring in new criteria, and I feel अगर ये इतना seamless हो रहा है, तो even before the public, government would want to use it कि उनका accounts भी streamline हो जाए.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
one more backend question. Whether any time log has been created at time of sending and acceptance of invoice.
Time log, I don't think so that's there. Let's check. I have not got this question before. Let's check if there is any option
As
here.
I told, backend question.
It would be there in. I don't see any time log here. So यहाँ पे कहीं पे भी टाइम तो नहीं दिख रहा है. I don't think that log is maintained here. But if your NPCI would have the time log, but I don't think it's available in the software as such.
Okay, this is little dicey. Anyways, a lot of advertisement are going particularly from software that are adopting it. Yes, presently medical prescription basis they are preparing invoice on Tata MG like this. Receipt note means GRN. Please explain this. Already done. Okay, how payment will work if we have payment initiation, verifier, and final approval? Maker checker system.
Okay. So this point, it had come before, but we don't have much clarity on that yet. So क्योंकि यहाँ पे सिंपल प्रोसीजर दिखा गया है, जहाँ पे एक सिंगल यूजर है, वो पेमेंट इनिशिएट कर रहा है और वो पेमेंट कर रहा है। बट आई एम श्योर देर इज समथिंग फॉर दिस मेकर चेकर कॉन्सेप्ट ऑल्सो, बट करेंटली वी डोंट हैव क्लैरिटी ऑन दैट.
Okay. B2B and bank also registered on B2C to completion full optimum use. If bank is not on Bharat Connect, then yes, right now, as you told, only 3 to 4 banks are linked.
Yeah. No. I guess I missed it there. That 3 to 4 banks have linked with Tally for making payments, digital payments,
Okay.
right? तो आगे
Importing
जाके
bank statements.
No.
no, for making digital payments, क्योंकि उनको टैली के एपीआई से लिंक करना है, राइट?
Oh, 1 minute. I will try to differentiate. One thing is that you can import the bank statement. That is, there are maximum banks already available, right? Normal bank statement I am trying to import. वो तो बहुत सारा
145
टाइप्स है.
145 बैंक्स प्लस
Yes.
यू कैन जस्ट, यानी आपको अगर आपने एक्सेल डाउनलोड किया है आपके लॉगिन से, आपको उस एक्सेल को छूना भी नहीं है, ओपन भी नहीं करना है, डायरेक्टली यू कैन इंपोर्ट इनटू टैली
Okay, that
without
is
any alteration.
yes, that is a different thing, and this is a different thing. This is
Right.
what I have understood as a listener, that Bharat Connect payment, you can now at present only two banks.
Yes,
Hmm.
correct.
Slowly it is definitely going to take SBI, ICICI, everything. Right now it's
Sir,
Axis and one more I forgot.
Kotak.
Kotak. Okay, so
Yes,
that's
yes.
all for the doubts. If anybody has any more doubts, you can unmute yourself definitely. Anybody? Or you want to say something for
Yes, sir.
this wonderful session? Uh, it is hard
Yes,
to
sir.
digest, sir. Dinner नहीं करना पड़ेगा आज, यही
Hello?
यही digest नहीं
Hello?
होगा. Yes, yes, please.
First of all, thank you, Manish sir, for your great session. है ना?
Yeah.
तो सर क्वेश्चन मेरा ये था कि जैसे अभी क्या है कि है ना, इसके अंदर जो अभी तक आया नहीं है कहीं से भी सर ये क्वेश्चन, तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि सर अभी इसमें अपने जो टैली के अंदर सिक्योरिटी यूज करते हैं उसमें अपन मान लीजिए किसी यूजर को है ना ये भारत कनेक्ट शेयर नहीं करना चाहते, परचेज वाले को परचेज का शेयर करना चाहते हैं, परचेज की एंट्री, और पेमेंट वाले को पेमेंट का भारत कनेक्ट शेयर करना चाहते हैं, तो हाउ कैन वी डू दिस?
सर इट वर्क्स एग्जैक्टली लाइक अ फीचर, ठीक है। अगर अभी जैसे कि आपके 5 यूजर है, आप चाहते हो कि यूजर कॉल्ड मनीष डज नॉट डू सेल्स एंट्री, आप उसको रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर सकते हो। आर यू अवेयर अबाउट दिस फीचर?
ये अवेलेबल है या आई अवेयर देन, जब भी मैंने आपको बोला है सर, है ना,
हाँ,
तो
तो द
यही कह
सेम
रहे थे
वे
कि
भारत कनेक्ट यू कैन जस्ट सी इट एज अ फीचर। ओके, आप दे
तो
सकते हो कि
हम्म,
यस यस टेल मी सर।
ये फीचर्स अवेलेबल है ना सर सिक्योरिटी में?
या इन सिक्योरिटी विल गेट एन ऑप्शन कि इनको डिजिटली इनवॉइस शेयर करने का ऑप्शन देना है नहीं देना है, इनको पेमेंट करने का ऑप्शन देना है नहीं देना है, व्हेनेवर यू क्रिएट अ यूजर। लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू हैव आर यू यूजिंग व्हाट्सएप विद टैली सर?
यस यस।
ओके, तो वहां पे आपको एक ऑप्शन पूछेगा कि इनको व्हाट्सएप पे इनवॉइस भेजने देना है नहीं देना है, राइट? सेम सेम उसी तरह हर यूजर के सामने वो आपको पूछेगा इसको इनवॉइस भेजने देना है नहीं देना है, इनको पेमेंट करने देना है नहीं देना है, समथिंग लाइक दैट। एंड वट एवर यू एनेबल देयर वर्क्स फॉर देम। अगर वो यूजर को आपने डिसेबल किया हुआ है तो वो शेयर नहीं कर सकता है।
यस यस, ये ग्रेट चीज है इसके अंदर, है ना?
यस
और
यस, या दिस इज वेरी
ये
इंपॉर्टेंट, करेक्ट।
यस यस यस, अभी तक आया नहीं था इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन सर, है ना?
राइट, ट्रू सर, ट्रू, बट दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दिस इज टेकन केयर ऑलरेडी।
ये और एक चीज जैसे आपने, जैसे स्टार्टिंग में आपने पासवर्ड डाले, ठीक है, अब
ओके।
मान लीजिए अपन ने टैली क्लोज कर दी, ठीक है, टैली क्लोज करने के बाद है ना, अपना मान लो टैली क्लोज नहीं की, तो जैसे अपना है ना ई वे बिल ई इनवॉइसिंग का पासवर्ड 6 आवर तक रहता है, तो ये वाला पासवर्ड भी अपना कितने टाइम तक रहेगा सर, अभी कोई आइडिया है इसका?
यस, फिलहाल सर अगर आप टैली क्लोज कर दोगे तो वो लॉग आउट हो जाएगा, बिकॉज ये
यस।
बैंकिंग इन्वॉल्व है। ओके, यहां से एक ओटीपी से पेमेंट हो रहा है, तो अगर आपने टैली क्लोज कर दिया तो ये क्लोज हो गया। आपको वापस लॉग इन करके ओटीपी डालना ही है, विच आई थिंक शुड रिमेन बिकॉज इट्स अबाउट फंड्स फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम हियर एंड देयर। ओटीपी इज जस्ट अ 2 minutes जॉब। तो एंड लाइक यू सॉ इट्स अ इजी इंटरफेस, जस्ट जाके आप लॉग इन पे क्लिक करना है और वो ओटीपी चला जाएगा। ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको हर बार डॉट नेट आईडी पासवर्ड डालना है, नॉट नथिंग लाइक दैट।
ओके। और
या
इसमें सर एक चीज और बढ़िया हुई कि है ना, जैसे अपन पहले है ना, जैसे जीएसटीआर टू भी मैच करते थे, कई कई कईयों को पता चलता था यार जीएसटीआर टू भी अपना ये इनवॉइस है, अपन ने तो अभी तक परचेज ही नहीं किया, है ना?
राइट,
है ना, तो बी टू बी से पहले अपन को तुरंत ही अभी 1 सेकंडों में पता चल जाएगा कि ये इनवॉइस अपनी टैली में शो कर रहा है ना?
ट्रू,
और
वेरी ट्रू सर। ये बी टू बी का
यस
जो भी लफड़ा चल रहा है जहां पे रिको नहीं हो रहा
यस
है, इनवॉइस
यस
जनरली अगर अपन वी लुकअप भी डालते हैं तो इनवॉइस नंबर मैच नहीं होता है, विच आर ऑल
यस
क्लेरिकल एरर्स, राइट? ऑल दोज एरर्स विल बी मूव्ड आउट। प्लस और एक मेरे को इनपुट आया था फ्रॉम वन ऑफ द सीएस विथ हुम आई वाज टॉकिंग। जैसे कि हम जनरली इफ इट्स एन लीगल मैटर वी ऑलवेज ऑब्जेक्ट कि ये आइटम मेरे को आया था नहीं आया था, समथिंग लाइक दैट, राइट? But if somebody is digitally accepted your invoice, right, that means he's acknowledging the receipt of goods. Are you getting me?
यस यस सर, आई
अगर
गॉट।
वो डेटा एंट्री कर रहा है और वो उसको एक्सेप्ट करके स्टेटस कर रहा है, तो एनपीसीआई के पास भी वो इंफॉर्मेशन जा रहा है, सो डिजिटली ही इज अप्रूविंग टू यू कि उसके पास गुड्स आ गया है।
यस यस यस
या सो ऑन द लीगल टर्म्स आल्सो दिस इज अ वेरी फुल वेरी हेल्पफुल स्टफ।
यस। और B2B का हो गया अपना एक, और एक क्या था सर, एक और था सर, जैसे कई है ना स्टॉकिस्ट हुए,
ओके
स्टॉकिस्ट हुए जो अपने ना स्टॉकिस्ट हुए, उनके लिए काफी है ना हेल्पफुल है ये वाला फीचर्स। जैसे स्टॉकिस्ट
100%।
हुए, उनके सर 50-50 बिल्स होते हैं एक एक दिन में। और क्या होता है कि मैंने कहीं देखा है कि मेडिसिन होती है, मेडिसिन पे क्या होता है वैसे तो, मेडिसिन पे टैली भी आजकल यूज होता है, बैच नंबर, एक्सपायरी डेट, तो उनके लिए
राइट।
काफी हेल्पफुल है। एक सेकंड में
100।
मान लो 60 मेडिसिन आई, 60 मेडिसिन का एक्सपायरी डेट बैच डालने में सब कम से कम आधा से पौन घंटा लग जाता है। तो उसमें क्या होगा कि
और
सर एक,
आधा घंटा डालने के बाद भी यू आर नॉट श्योर कि सब कुछ सही है।
यस यस यस, उसमें क्या होगा,
राइट।
बैच भी आपके बैच नंबर एक्सपायरी डेट तक आपकी इंपोर्ट हो जाएगी। उनके लिए
राइट।
काफी हेल्पफुल होगा सर, ये काफी
ट्रू।
हेल्पफुल होगा ये
ट्रू
फीचर्स।
ट्रू
यस
ट्रू। एंड इसका लॉन्ग टर्म बेनिफिट ये रहेगा सर कि वही अकाउंटेंट अभी पहले अगर 10 इनवॉइस कर पाता था तो अभी 25 इनवॉइस करेगा।
यस
राइट।
यस।
वो अभी भी हमको चेक करना पड़ेगा, बट उसको सिर्फ एंटर एंटर करते जाना है, उसको सब कीन नहीं करना है।
ओके
राइट।
सर।
तो इट इन द लॉन्ग रन इट विल सेव लॉट ऑफ टाइम फॉर एंटायर अकाउंटिंग फ्रेटर्निटी।
हाँ, और अभी एक क्वेश्चन आया था विभूति मैम की तरफ से कि है ना, इसमें क्या होता है कि अभी कई पीपल्स को इसमें क्या है कि ट्रेनिंग की जरूरत रहेगी। ट्रेनिंग की तो सर अभी तो क्या है, जब ये लॉन्च होने दो टैली, इतना इतना इसके, इतनी इतना क्या इसके लिए सेशन निकालते हैं, पूछो मत सर। बंदा
ट्रू
सीखे
ट्रू
नहीं, अपने आप सीख जाता है
ट्रू।
सर जैसे।
एंड एक चीज है, लाइक नोबडी टॉट अस हाउ टू यूज व्हाट्सएप। Okay,
यस
but it is so easy and so useful that all of us learned it.
यस
So something like this, I guess this is so useful that all of them by their own efforts will learn it. If not, aap hai, hum hai, we will keep creating sessions like this, and somewhere people can learn from there.
यस सर, थैंक यू सो मच मनीष सर। आपका ग्रोथ पार्टनर्स का काफी हमारी सीए कम्युनिटी में नाम सुना था सर, काफी मैसेजेस आते थे, आज देख भी लिया सर ग्रोथ पार्टनर्स को
Thank you, sir. My pleasure,
काफी
sir.
सर नाम सुना है, काफी सीए कम्युनिटी में काफी आपके मैसेजेस वगैरह काफी एक्टिवली वर्किंग होती है सर आपकी तरफ से,
Yes,
है
yes.
ना।
Thank you, sir.
ठीक।
थैंक यू सर।
ये
ओके।
Yeah,
दिव्यांश जी को डाउट है। दिव्यांश जी, यू कैन
yeah.
अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ।
Thank
दिव्यांश।
you, sir.
यस।
Uh, sir. Sir, it was a really great session. Sir, I had one small query.
Please.
So, the query regarding that partial, in case of partial acceptance, how would it work? Suppose, maybe it could be due to short of quantity or excess or maybe rate. So, I got the point कि while accepting it, you can edit the amounts or the quantity. But there was a second part after entering the voucher. Yeah, you had I think so drop list accept reject. I think so there were three or four options. So in those cases, how will it work? Will it be accepted or reject? Because I didn't see a partial acceptance or a thing. Then how it will be reported to the counterparty again? Ki
Okay.
XYZ party had only accepted this or had accepted with so and so modification.
Okay. So when you tell you want to modify, okay, like for example, I'll put it in two brackets. So somebody had asked me in my previous session that the vendor is sending me one item of 20 quantities, but in my books वो आइटम को मैंने स्प्लिट किया हुआ है तीन क्वांटिटी में। ओके। तो मैं उसको यानी एक में तीन और बाकी और एक में 14 क्वांटिटी में ले रहा हूँ, 14। राइट। सो दिस इज पॉसिबल, like you
Sunny,
can add
I
more
have.
ledgers. Yeah, I'm coming to your point. This is point
Sorry,
number
sorry.
one, which is possible. Okay. Point number two, sir, like when somebody is sharing you an invoice, okay, talking purely from GST angle, you have to like वो invoice आप पे बन चुका है, आपको तो वो invoice लेना ही है। राइट। वो
नहीं
और
सर, माय क्वेरी वो नहीं था। सपोज मान लीजिए, सपोज यू हैव रेज्ड अ इनवॉइस अगेंस्ट मी कि भाई यू हैव डिस्पैच 10 यूनिट्स ऑफ प्रोडक्ट ए एट मे बी 100 रुपीज पर यूनिट. अब सपोजिंग मे बी ड्यू टू ट्रांसपोर्टेशन और डिस्पैच वट एवर समहाउ आई रिसीव ओनली 9 यूनिट्स. तो
ओके।
नॉर्मल केस में आप बिकॉज मैं इफ आई एक्सेप्ट दैट बिल एज पर 10 यूनिट्स, तो अगेन एज यू सेड कि वो लीगल वाला एक पॉइंट हो जाता है ना. बिकॉज
अच्छा।
जस्ट एड्रेस
ओके ओके
एनपीसी
ओके
है कि
ओके।
बस भी एक लीगल रिकॉर्ड हो गया कि आई एक्सेप्टेड 10, बट
ट्रू।
मुझे मिला ही 9. तो आई एक्सेप्ट 9 records. तो अब इफ आई एक्सेप्ट और रिजेक्ट इरेस्पेक्टिवली, काउंटर पार्टी को इंटीमेशन एंड एक्सेप्टेंस रिजेक्शन का कैसा क्या पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू होगा?
ओके।
एंड सेम रेट के साथ भी हो सकता है. सपोज आई हैड अ डिस्कशन विद यू कि भाई 100 रुपीज पर यूनिट, आपने बिल सपोज 102 रुपए का, 105 रुपए का, इफ यू हैव रेज्ड अ बिल अकॉर्डिंगली. तो दैट
राइट।
पॉइंट माय
राइट।
क्वेरी वाज
ओके।
ऑन दैट.
आई अगेन पुट इट इन टू ब्रैकेट सर। एक तो आपको 10 क्वांटिटी आना था, समझिए डैमेज की वजह से 9 ही पहुंचा। करेक्ट।
यस सर.
ओके। तो अभी इस केस में अभी आप क्या करते हो, सामने वाले को बताते हो और वो क्रेडिट नोट शेयर करते हैं आपको, बराबर। ओके। तो आप ये एक्सेप्ट करके रिमार्क्स में लिख सकते हो एक, या फिर आप रिजेक्ट कर सकते हो और वो सामने वाला उस बिल को कैंसिल करे और वापस नया इनवॉइस भेजे और आपको उसको एक्सेप्ट करे। These are the
Okay,
two ways possible.
ओके मतलब इट एक्सेप्टेड विथ मॉडिफिकेशन वाला कॉन्सेप्ट जैसे अभी जैसे
नहीं
आईएमएफ में नया कॉन्सेप्ट जो आया अकॉर्डिंगली यहाँ देयर इज नो कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ एक्सेप्टेड विथ मॉडिफिकेशन ईदर एक्सेप्टेड
ट्रू
और रिजेक्टेड
ट्रू 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 ओनली टू वेज, एक्सेप्ट और रिजेक्ट। या तो आप एक्सेप्ट करके क्रेडिट नोट मंगवाओ, उसको भी एक्सेप्ट करो, या फिर जब तक क्रेडिट नोट नहीं आए एक्सेप्ट मत करो। लाइक फॉर
अंडरस्टूड
एग्जाम्पल आई हैव अ फ्यू क्लाइंट्स, जब तक सामने वाले का जीएसटीआर 1 में नहीं, जीएसटीआर 2B में नहीं दिख रहा है, दे डोंट मेक द टैक्स पेमेंट। यानी अगर
अंडरस्टूड
11,800 का पेमेंट
हाँ
है,
हाँ हाँ
दे मेक ओनली 10,000 का पेमेंट, राइट?
ये सर
हाँ
और दे चार्ज इंटरेस्ट और समथिंग वैसा आई गॉट योर पार्ट
एग्जैक्टली या
अच्छा इसमें जस्ट वन पार्ट कि एक बार लेट्स कीप ई इनवॉइस आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स कि सपोज अ पार्टी हैव नॉट कंप्लाइंग ई इनवॉइस वाला पार्ट है कि इस केस में सपोज आई रिजेक्ट यू हैड इशूड अ बिल आई रिजेक्टेड इट now from on your point do you have an option to amend that bill and resend it to me or you'll have to cancel the whole bill issue another bill because smaller parties के लिए अब देखिए ई इनवॉइस वाले parties के लिए तो आई थिंक सो दिस माइट नॉट बी मतलब
okay.
real life
I
example
did
but
not
non
register, I did not register your query. Can you come again, sir?
Sir, considering you are not eligible for e-invoice compliances,
Perfect.
you had raised a bill ki 10 units ka suppose 100 rupees per unit. I rejected it. So I think so. If I reject it, there'll be some intimation sent to you. I think so.
Correct.
So now on your end, will you have to cancel the bill and issue another bill, or you can amend that bill and resend it through Bharat Connect?
I can amend that bill and resend it through Bharat Connect because, like I told you, this is not. This is just sharing the invoice.
Sharing concept. Okay.
ओके, ई इनवॉइस के जैसा मेरे को आईआरएन नंबर नहीं आ रहा है, क्यूआर कोड नहीं आ रहा है। ओके, लाइक यू सो मैंने शेयर किया ना, मेरे को कुछ भी नया नंबर जनरेट नहीं हुआ कहीं पे भी।
Understood, sir.
इट्स लाइक मैंने आपको इनवॉइस भेजा, फिर मेरे को पता चला कि कुछ इनवॉइस में गलती था, तो मैंने बोला प्लीज इग्नोर द अबव मैसेज, मैं वापस भेज रहा हूँ।
Agreed, agreed. And for some practical purposes, बड़े parties जिनका invoice है उन केस में तो because ये logic ही applicable नहीं होगा because
नहीं
they'll have
होगा।
to right away cancel it and issue
True.
another document.
True. This is only restricted to people below 5 years. 5 crores. Sorry.
5 years. Okay, okay.
5 crores.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir. Thanks a lot. Sir,
Wonderful.
मतलब I agree to your point and Mayank ji's point कि this will be a great tool for particularly GSTR का मतलब reconciliation and even legal point of view के लिए because एक IP जैसा एक मतलब एक third party authentic third party के पास it gets registered.
हो गया है, करेक्ट।
Apart from that, sir, मतलब just I wanted to share कि few software companies are marketing only right now, particularly in pharma sector, on Bharat, taking Bharat Connect as the marketing tool only, particularly because pharma sector में sir ticket sizes are very small,
True.
quantities are enormous, तो marketing is पे करे particular software called eVital RX की हम सारे pharma softwares को we are combining it and they are not marketing Bharat Connect कि हम कर रहे हैं something of that sort.
Right. That is happening. So like I told you in the session, if you were there, one of my LinkedIn post got viral. तो उसमें मेरे को एक 3-4 कंपनी वालों ने वैसे ही भेजा है कि ये तो हम ही कर रहे हैं। So they're not telling कि भारत कनेक्ट थ्रू हम कर रहे हैं। That's gonna happen. But like I told you, it's a network effect. अच्छा चीज है, तो अपने आप सब लोग उसको अडॉप्ट करेंगे, एंड स्पेशली थिंग्स लाइक फार्मा, जहाँ पे लाइक वी हैव अ क्लाइंट हु इज नॉट यूजिंग टैली, अ डिफरेंट सॉफ्टवेयर, बट एक कस्टमर पे वो दिन का 4 बिल बनाते हैं।
सर सारे फार्मा क्लाइंट्स का यही रोना है कि अकाउंटिंग इज
Exactly.
अ बिग हैसल।
राइट
टिकट से स्मॉल है कि मतलब 100 रुपीज 1,000 रुपीज के मेडिसिन पे मतलब द बिल मतलब परचेज के लिए अलग आदमी रखना पड़ता है बिकॉज एंटरिंग परचेज बिल्स इज अ बिग टास्क।
ट्रू। प्लस यानी वो अगर उनको 10 गोली भेजा है, उसके लिए बिल तो लेना ही है, प्रिंट आउट लेना ही है, सामने वाले को देना ही है। दैट्स टू मच ऑफ वर्क फॉर देम। With this, I guess it solves a lot for all these companies which is SKU heavy, which is inventory heavy.
Okay. Sir, sorry, I'm taking too long. Just last question.
Yeah.
Sir, on the banking point, as you said, ki the APIs of the banks they have integrated their APIs with Tally's API. So just one point, ki without sharing net banking ID password and without sharing anything, just on the basis of account number and OTP, is it working or there's something on the back end that's being processed because security concern भी हो जाता है sir.
करेक्ट। तो मैंने आपको जो डेमो में वीडियो में दिखाया ना, दिस सेम वीडियो वाज प्लेड एट ग्लोबल फिनटेक फेस्ट, ठीक है? तो ए वाला वर्जन 7.0 में आने वाला है, फिलहाल अभी रेडी नहीं है, बट ऑब्वियसली इट विल इन्वॉल्व योर ऑथराइजेशन एज ए नेट बैंकिंग का यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड एक बार आपको डाल के ऑथराइज करना पड़ेगा।
ओके
राइट, उसके बाद इट विल पिक अप लाइक दिस।
ओके, अंडरस्टूड।
तो एक बार आपने ऑथराइज कर दिया, उसके बाद वंस यू लॉग इन टू भारत कनेक्ट, यू आर लॉगिंग इन टू योर बैंक।
Understood.
With that login logout what I showed you in the beginning.
So I
But
think
एक
so.
बार तो रजिस्ट्रेशन आपको करना ही पड़ेगा।
Understood. तो बैंक साइड से ओटीपी देके you'll have to give a
Yes.
permission वैसा।
Yes.
So I think so. I think so. There was one sir who asked checker and maker approval wala concept. I think so. It will also work in the similar way. कि OTP देके you can generate a request and जो approver है वो फिर they'll have to independently log in into the bank system, accept it from there, and then if we refresh tally, तब शायद payment approval status दिखाएगा.
Probably. I have not got any download on this from Tally team, but I am sure क्योंकि बहुत सारे customers maker checker concept use करते हैं तो उसको consider किया ही होगा उन्होंने. But फिलहाल we don't have any clarity on that. But what you told would be right कि उन्होंने एक OTP डाल के उसको like first approval दे दिया, second approval के लिए और एक OTP चला गया, and that happens.
Understood. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. And okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Lokesh, sir.
Thank you so much. Any more doubts, anyone? Before we wind up, I don't think, sir, all doubts are solved. So many questions were there. It was expected, but it was 100% expected that there will be a lot of doubts. So it was speechless, number one. Number two, such an amazing feature. It is going to be like you said, WhatsApp. Nobody had to teach us using WhatsApp. Very similar thing it is that everyday accountants are using Tele heavily. Like they know each and every aankh band karke they are doing the entries. So when it comes, obviously reconciliation and everything, they are going to adopt it. It is no doubt. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It was really very patientful explanation to everything, and we are waiting कि कब हम लोग को मिले ये. So also those who want to connect like WhatsApp, Tele with WhatsApp and everything, I am in the chats. I am giving a Google form link. Also, I will share in the group. Don't worry. Those who want to connect further, simple एक Google form है. So then Manish ji will connect.
Sure.
Okay. Alternatively, Manish ji also given mail ID, so you can also email and all the things. But जैसे भी आपको connect करना है, those who want to connect. So thank you, Manish ji, once again. Thank you so much. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure, sir. And it was wonderful hosting. हम 30 minutes to 45 minutes सोच रहे थे, 1.5 घंटा हो गया सर, पता नहीं चला. But that shows that how interested our community is in adopting technology. And with this, I would like to end this entire session, sir. Thank you so much for having me over. And I'm sure all of you are very excited for this wonderful feature which is coming out by government.
Okay, sir. We'll end. Good night, everyone. We'll meet very soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Again. Thank you.